For Christelman. I'm with the engineering department, so I get to talk about the really cool, exciting stuff. I really like the community meetings and that we get to do these outreach meetings because I feel like this is really, really important to what we do in engineering. I like that I get to follow Yanni and Steve at these presentations because when we're building the capital projects for the town, these capital projects come from the public. It's driving the needs of what the public needs. So, you know, Yanni talked a lot about the buckets of money and how the money comes in. Well, we get the money in and then we prioritize these projects for a number of funding sources, transportation fund, you know, we have the impact fees, we have the general fund, and we have priority projects that fall into each of those categories. But what's really great about the process that we have at the town of Marana is we also have that public input piece to what capital projects happen. So while we have a large amount of capital projects going on right now, I'm going to highlight some of them tonight, but some of the projects that have already been selected for next year's program, those projects have solely been included as projects that the public have come forward and said, we really need a sidewalk here. Or did you guys really know that we have this issue going on out there? So if you guys are ever at home thinking, gosh, this is an issue, have they thought of that? Don't assume that the town has. Give me a call somebody at the town and find out if somebody is moving on that. Reach out and find out, because as we plan and program these projects, the need of the community is the priority for the town. So I'm going to talk about just a couple of them tonight. Adonis Road Interchange project. This is a really large project, very exciting that it's finally opening up. You can go over the overpass now. This is actually an ADOT project. So the town of Marana actually partnered with ADOT for this project. So the bridge that was originally 2 lanes that went between Silver Bell Road on the west side to the interstate, the town of Marana put together funds, coordinated with ADOT, so now that that's open, there are 2 bridges that'll be 2 lanes each direction. So the town of Marana was able to work with an ADOT project that they had going on to include those bridges over the Santa Cruz River. So the interchange, they're hoping that all of the on and off ramps will be open here in the next couple weeks. So that'll be really great. Those businesses have, you know, been put in the middle of a large construction zone and been burdened for a while. So this will be opening here in the next few weeks, and we'll look to have our project follow on that. So Adonis Road on the east side, where it goes from the interchange to the east town limits, we are doing a full, complete redo of the asphalt in that area, added lighting, added artwork, new landscaping, really trying to make this a vibrant area for the businesses that have struggled through the construction. If you're out there driving right now, you'll see that that first lift of pavement is on there, but they haven't done the final lift. The reason for that is because of all the construction traffic. Didn't want to put the pavement on there that was going to get tore up with all the heavy trucks on it. So be looking for that final pavement to start. That's going to start towards the end of April. So once the interchange is open, this final pavement will be going on Ina, and that will be completely done. So we really tried to work with ADOT to try to coordinate these 2 projects. The Ina project also includes Airy Drive, as shown on this. The projects that I'm going to talk about tonight is just a few, and mostly projects that are kind of in this northwest area. This is a view from the town of Marana's website. So if there are any projects that you're interested in looking at, you could go to the town of Marana's website. You can go to this specific area, which is in engineering CIP projects. You can also get to it through planning, any number of ways. You can pull up any project, private or public. It'll tell you the years of construction, the years for design. It'll tell you how much money is going in the project, and you can zoom into that specific location for that project. So it's a really cool tool. It's kept up to date, but it'll give you a lot of information as far as what's going on around the town. for community improvements, transportation, commercial, residential. So very good, useful tool. This is another one that was a big project for this area. This is Adonis Road. This was kind of a back road access to help people have another access to I-10. This came from talking with the community and realizing it was a really large problem when the railroad tracks have a train sitting on it for quite some time and people can't get where they need to go. So this project is a developer-driven project, but is currently being designed right now. But it'll provide residents that are in the San Lucas area on the east side of I-10 there an ability to get down to Tangerine Road and get around a train that stopped on the tracks and help people get access to the freeway. So the construction for this project will be starting at the beginning of next calendar year. So the design has been submitted by the developer, is in review right now, and will be going to construction shortly. Another project that's going on in this area is Lawn Adams. That's Lawn Adams right here outside this building. Lawn Adams is way overdue for needing some restoration work. It's not increasing the capacity of the roadway any. It'll be redo of the pavement. It'll include landscaping, lighting, sidewalks. We have a large pedestrian traffic, large amount of pedestrian traffic in this area. We have the school and the park, apartments, the municipal complex. So this project is currently starting in design. It will be in design for approximately the next 9 months, and then it'll be in construction at the beginning of next calendar year as well. So this is another project we have going on. This is the Northwest Marana drainage study. The video that you're watching actually started about 9 hours in. So this is a Flow 2D model. What does that mean? What good does that do me? It assumes a 100-year flood event on the Tortolita fan. So not raining on this area, but if we get a storm event on the Tortolita fan, what happens? The video actually started about 9 hours in, so you kind of saw, the water start coming in. What that means is we assume about 4 inches every 24 hours. What you see happening when it comes in here is you see the flow depths in the area, and you see the depth of flooding shown. You see the depths of flooding shown by the colors that are on the map. So as it rains, we get a lot of water. The water gets deeper, but what this Flow 2D modeling is showing us is that the water stays for at least 2 days because it's so flat and there's so much sheet flow in the area. So this study is ongoing right now. What this study is going to do is it's going to show us what type of projects we're going to need in the future and where those drainage improvements need to be. So it'll help not just drive our capital roadway projects, but it'll also help us drive what type of infrastructure we're going to need in place to deal with these larger storm events as we grow. We've historically had a lot of farm fields and permeable area where the water can soak in, and the character of the area is changing. So how do we get ahead of that to make sure that we're putting the proper infrastructure in for all this growth that people are talking about?